The word yoga brings up images of twisted bodies and unnatural poses. But when you look at it more closely, it's easy to see why this activity is gaining popularity. Yoga is not just a form of exercise, but a philosophy or code to live by. It takes a person beyond everyday humdrum into a more spiritual realm that's far more satisfying. Sure, exercise is an important aspect, and many use yoga for this reason. However, the effect on the mind, its ability to relieve stress, and the feeling of serenity after doing yoga are equally appealing. Take a look and see if yoga has got something to offer you.
Just round your back like an angry cat. Inhaling, belly relaxes, gazing forward towards the front of the mat. Exhaling, draw the navel in and sit back towards the heels, or if it's more comfortable, coming onto your forearms. The neck area, upper back, middle back and lower back. Navel draws in, sitting back towards the heels. Well, yoga is an ancient mind-body practice that offers many different benefits, from meditative to physical, bringing a much more holistic approach to health and well-being. It's an integrative practice that addresses the physical, the mental, the emotional and the energetic body all at once, and therefore offering a more holistic approach to health and well-being.
Okay.
What's important is that there are many different approaches and many different teachers, and everyone has something unique to offer. My teacher calls it the "it depends" yoga, because we teach from that tradition and how I was taught. We teach whatever the people present with, and I think this is really important because it needs to be the right practice for and the right teacher for the right person. Yoga is most powerful when it's addressed to the individual.
Yoga is a particular type of movement, particular type of physical activity that really helps to not only, generally speaking, gently work the body, although, sometimes it can be really strong and challenging and vigorous. But it also does it in such a way that really helps support the way that we breathe, and helps to support the focused attention of the way the mind works.
Yeah, it's not just stretching muscles.
Definitely not. No, there's much more going on than just stretching. If we keep doing it lifelong, we'll keep getting benefits. Right?
It's cumulative.
It's cumulative, but it's also about getting us from the baseline of where we start to a level of reasonable health, and then it's about maintenance. So the amount in the beginning might be a little bit more than what could be needed over a longer period of time.
Well, that sort of leads on to my next question. It's about, as you get older, what sort of benefits does it have on older people?
Two things about that. Number one is, as we all get older, we don't necessarily want to be doing the same type of physical activity that we may have been physically capable of doing when we were younger. So it does offer, a very moderate form of physical activity, and as I say, all the other benefits that go with it. But as we get also, older, there are also some health concerns that come up from time to time. And if it's looking after health in general, then it would help improve, possibly even prevent some of the health conditions that so many older people would experience.
Good.
Yeah?
Absolutely, everyone can benefit from yoga, and the benefits range from physical to emotional to mental and social benefits.
Great.
Now, even though life's challenges vary according to age, we are also wonderfully human, and we all face difficulties and challenges in our lives that impact our physical, emotional or mental well-being. The practice of yoga is timeless and ageless and has something unique to offer to everyone.
Excellent.
So I feel like my circulation's really good, I feel really relaxed, I've been stretched, I feel strong. I find I'm a lot calmer than I was when I walked in the room, and it kind of centres me for my day ahead. I feel like I can take on whatever's going to happen.
I think too, as we get older, it's really important to be really present. I think that's a really important factor, and yoga is fantastic for keeping us present, especially in a yoga practice where you're actually present with your body, present with your breath, present with your attention, so you just carry that through the rest of your day.
I don't notice when I haven't done it, but I notice always when I have done yoga that morning, I feel less stressed in my life, better to cope with anything that life throws at me, just more balanced and more steady.
So, there is certainly growing evidence to say that different types of yoga practices, so not necessarily yoga in general, but particular types of yoga practices, can help reduce the symptoms of a whole range of different health concerns. The evidence is still growing, so we couldn't say that it's kind of scientifically proven or anything like that. But many people who practice yoga would also report a whole range of benefits in those health conditions that you're referring to. Not only does physical activity help the functions of the immune system, but the way the mind works also has a direct effect on immune function.
Excellent.
So, we're not just looking at how, like as an exercise component, how does that improve circulation, how does it improve the, all the whole range of function of the immune system, but the way the mind works, states of calm, states of peace have a direct effect.
Chemical effect.
Absolutely, a direct chemical effect on the immune system, which will help ward off or improve a whole range of health conditions. But previously, the way the mind worked and the way the body worked were kept very separate.
That's right.
Now, yoga has always seen them as working together, and now Western medicine is really having is very interested by all this whole field.
About time too.
Yes, indeed.
It's always recommended to look at a balanced lifestyle, taking work life, social life, diet, level of activity, and certain health conditions into consideration.
Right.
Traditionally, yoga was always taught one-on-one. Personalized practices can bring enormous benefits as they are specifically tailored to the individual, taking personal circumstances, goals, needs, abilities into consideration. And you can practice them anywhere, anytime, and for any duration. However, yoga classes can offer a wonderful and very important sense of community and support.
Exactly. I was going to suggest, I was thinking about that.
Let me do that a few more rounds. Breathing in, circling it towards the block and up. Exhale towards the block and down. If it's okay for your neck, following your hand with your gaze, like you're drawing a crescent moon. If looking at your hand doesn't serve you right now, feel free to keep the gaze in front of you. Yoga is not about the perfect posture, the newest fitness outfit, or whether you can or cannot touch your toes. It's really an internal and very personal experience which can't be photographed. And fortunately, many businesses and organizations from schools to corporates do emphasize the importance of stress management, work-life balance, and mental health, and that increases the numbers of male attendance in classes.
In general, has the number of people participating in yoga increased?
Oh, absolutely, significantly.
It's still on the upward trend?
Absolutely. There was a study done, it was about 10 years ago now, that found that there were more people in Australia practicing yoga than there were playing Australian rules football.
I think the thing about yoga might be, it's certainly not an aerobic exercise. It's not about getting fit, although you could argue it's about getting mentally fit. Just the one or two exercises, one or two stretchings I did, it felt really good. And we all know how wonderful it is to stretch in the mornings, but when you have a disciplined stretching in different ways and concentrating on your breath, I think that's the added wonderful thing about it. It's just this paying attention to your breathing. If you are working, then I think it does make sense to do it first thing in the morning. But if you are working, and if you're not working, I guess it's probably good at any time.
Thank you.